Hunt Showdown could be in trouble. Now, before we go ahead and dive into that, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on Hunt Showdown and the new update and the new map, and let me know what you would change, what you would add, what you'd subtract, whatever. But let's go ahead and get into it. A few weeks ago, we got the brand new update for Hunt Showdown, making it Hunt Showdown 1896. And what that brought was a brand new map, a brand new graphics engine, and a whole bunch of new problems that left the gamers a little bit upset. First, before we get into any details, let me first state why I think Hunt Showdown is in trouble. Ever since the launch of the new update, there's been a lot of negative reviews pouring in. Most of it, understandably, because of the absolutely horrendous UI they added to the game. I don't know what COD Bro thought this was a good idea to make it look like this, but it is absolutely horrible, causes many issues. It takes you like 27 clicks just to get a loadout together so you can go into a game. When the old UI had its problems, sure, but you can easily get into another match in like seconds with the way the old UI used to be. So that one gave a lot of people issues and caused about over 2,000 negative reviews the day of the update launch. And that was 2,000 negative reviews talking about the UI and bashing the UI, as well as 600 positive reviews that still talked negatively about the UI. There also have been many bugs in the game that are pretty much game breaking. They did fix the one bug that every time you open the map, you had a chance of crashing completely and get kicked out of the game, with a high chance of not being able to get back into the match. And they still have bugs where maybe, at least for myself, maybe every 3 or 4 matches, I get kicked out of the game while I'm loading into the match and have to hurry up and boot the game back up to get back in the match. That one's not horrible because it usually happens at the beginning of the match before anything actually happens. So the only way it really hurts the gameplay is if someone fights at spawn and you're still loading in. There's also issues with trading, which has always been a thing for the game, where you'll shoot your gun and you'll hit the enemy, they'll drop to the ground, and after they hit the ground, their gun goes off and kills you. And it makes for very, very frustrating fights whenever you know you won the fight, you pulled your trigger first, and somehow they still get a kill on you, and it just could end up ruining your whole entire game. Trading has been an issue in the game for a long time, and no matter what they try to do to fix it, seems to either make it worse or make it exactly the same, and no one's happy about it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Tired, just because there's bugs and there was UI issues doesn't mean the game's dying. I know. Trust me, I know. But I have been looking at some of the numbers, and so have a lot of other people. Now, at their peak since launch, they've hit their highest numbers ever with about 59 to 60,000 players at peak, which is fantastic for the game, and I was so happy for them. The only problem is, since then, the numbers have dropped significantly. And there could be many factors, which I will go over here shortly, that could be causing this. And it could be just a momentary slump. But looking at the numbers from the previous months, like you can see here on the screen, their highest they've ever had at peak was 59,000. They've bounced around over the years and months from anywhere from like 10,000 to like 50, 60,000 with the newest update of peak players, averaging around 20,000 average per month, which is pretty good, pretty darn good. Here's some of the numbers just from the last couple days. When I checked during my peak gaming times, when a lot of people from my area are playing, there was 13,000 during that time and 22,000 in the last 24 hours. The very next day, I was getting 12,000 during that time and 20,000 in the last 24 hours. So even just in one day, they dropped down, which could just be like a little fluke in a one-day event thing. Who knows? Here are some of the reasons why I think the game is slowly losing players and it may or may not recover, but I'll leave that up to you to decide, and I guess time will tell. First of all is the Battle Pass. A lot of times when a new Battle Pass drops for Hunt Showdown, people flood to the game. People who only play during Battle Pass releases or season updates, they come flooding in, they play the game until they complete the Battle Pass, and then they leave. They don't come back until next event. It happens all the time with Hunt Showdown, and with pretty much any game with the Battle Pass, but usually the drop-off in players is not this significant. So I guess there could be other factors, and maybe it's that battle pass along with everything else I'm about to talk about that could be adding together. The second thing I already touched base on, but I wanted to put it in the list here for obvious reasons, is the bugs. The crashing bugs I mentioned. You have issues with people, like there's still some people falling through the map in some places. There's people dying to random crap in the game. I've crashed many times in the middle of a fight because of just a game glitch, or because I opened the map up, or because I threw a beetle out. A lot of bugs are pretty close to game breaking and can just really ruin the vibe whenever you just get kicked out of the game for no reason. Third thing I would have to say is burnout. Most of us have been playing this game for years, and we were all excited about the new map, and the new map is great. I don't think there's a single person that really has an issue with the new map. The new map is absolutely gorgeous, but playing the same map every single match for 30 days straight is a bit much. So a lot of people might come back when the next map releases, or maybe people just gave up because the new map was subpar in their opinion or something. I don't know. And they don't have any much hope for the older maps, because the old maps we've been playing for years and years, so they don't really care. I don't know. We shall see when the new map comes out very soon. Next, I would say, is gameplay. They talked about the new engine being game-changing, and all this big talk into this new Hunt Showdown 1896. They talked it up like crazy, so I think a lot of people assumed that there was going to be a significant change to gameplay. The only thing they really added was bullet drop, which is very insignificant. I don't find myself compensating much, if at all, but the gameplay did not change at all with the new update, so I think that threw a lot of people off who were excited and played on release day. And the last thing I have to say is just other games coming out. Right now, we are not in a shortage of games to play. Every week there's a brand new extraction shooter coming out. Nothing compares to Hunt Showdown. I do have to say I still love Hunt Showdown. It's a great game. It's still very unique when it comes to extraction shooters, no matter how people try to bash it. But there is new games coming out all the time. You have the new Call of Duty coming out. You have, like I said, a new extraction shooter like every week. There's competition like crazy. So people are just trying to play a whole bunch of new games. I know myself, I went from playing only Hunt Showdown and streaming only Hunt Showdown to now I stream and play all kinds of games of all different kind of varieties, and there's more and more games coming out, including some other games releasing later this year for early access that I am going to be streaming a lot of, and I'm really looking forward to. Now, in the end, all this could mean absolutely nothing. The numbers can go right back up again when the next map releases and the next event happens, the next battle pass comes out, when people get bored with the other games, maybe when they fix more of the bugs. There could be a lot of reasons why the numbers can go right back to normal in a week or two without any issues, and this whole video is just nothing. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you think Hunt Showdown is doomed and never recovering, if it's finally dying after all these years, or if you think that this is a big old nothing burger and you're just going to look at it next week and see a whole bunch of people playing again and it's going to reach peak numbers again. Just let me know. And while you're down there, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, see you around.